I'm Robin Whitfield. I am an artist and self-taught naturalist. I live right downtown in Grenada, about 2 miles from this place. We're in Chakchiuma Swamp Natural Area. When I first moved here 10 years ago, this was just city property that most people overlooked. I began to come here to paint. I'm a watercolor painter and enjoy painting right on location. I really, really love to look at habitat. And so when I began to come here and realize what an amazing place this was, this just became my studio. So as I became out here more often, I saw that the people who did come here often abused it. They dumped, they used it for parties, or mostly they didn't use it at all because they didn't know it was here. So I began to, uh, I guess, come up with a plan to save this place that was becoming very special to me through my kind of creative act. So I approached our city and asked them if I could, I guess, become its keeper in so many ways, restore its habitat and just record its habitat officially and make it more available to the public. And so it's become a community project ever since. A lot of people participate. We do things like build decks, trails, pick up trash, and most importantly, educate people. Because what this place is, it is a bird sanctuary, stupendous for this is an in-town swamp. We are less than a mile from our downtown square. The wildlife here is very unique. Grenada is actually in a unique place called the Lurse Bluffs. We're right on the edge of a giant bottomland, the Mississippi Delta. And so because we have two distinct habitats and regions kind of coming together, we have once very unique birds and plants that kind of share, that normally wouldn't share the same place. And you can come here and any given summer day see all sorts of neotropical migrants, prothonotary warbler, summer tanager, indigo buntings, yellow-billed cuckoos. Even if you're not seeing them, you're certainly hearing them. In the winter, tons of waterfowl come in here. This is kind of a sanctuary for them. But the birding alone is worth, any time I spend out here, I'm never disappointed in the birding. But other things you're likely to see, otter. I've seen otter raise their families out here. Their babies sitting around eating fish. Alligator snapping turtles, regular snapping turtles, all sorts of turtles. I think river cooters and I see fishermen out here. I'm not a fisherman myself, but I see a lot of people pulling out crappie, bass, gar. They say there's some really good fishing out here. I think it's kind of a nice shady place. A lot of places for fish to have babies, spawn. I've seen a lot of sunfish out here. Of course, I always see raccoons, occasional fox. In my mind, a bobcat lives here. I've never seen one. I just want to think that this is good enough habitat for one. It certainly could be. This possibly is a little too urban for a bobcat. Oh, and the white-tailed deer. We have a lot of white-tailed deer out here. This is in the city limits, which means we can't hunt out here. So they thrive here and enjoy, I guess, a little sanctuary. So that's always something you're generally going to see. You'd think snakes and alligators would be hanging around every little tree. I've never seen an alligator here in the swamp, but this swamp's kind of an oxbow of the river that's not even a quarter mile from where we're standing, and there's always alligators in the river. And snakes. I've rarely seen a snake here either, and I'm out looking for them. I love snakes. I like to watch them sun. I like to watch them hunt. I'm not saying they're not here, but I don't see them very often. But this is certainly their habitat, and they probably just know how to hide. Several years ago, when this project was first getting off the ground as a natural area, I had our state botanist come out and take a look because I wanted to make sure I just wasn't overly enthusiastic about a place that I just enjoyed being. But as she came out, she got excited too, and of course that made me doubly excited. But she found some threatened plants, mostly because this habitat is threatened. This is a habitat that's used to be everywhere, and now it's down to certainly less than 10%, maybe less than 5% of what it used to be. So we have unique plants like copper iris, cypress knee sedge, and Turk's cap lily are three that she particularly was excited about. But it's the collection of them that makes them so exciting. We've got some really nice understory plants, pawpaws and mulberries, azaleas and blueberries, all these things that just come up on their own, some of those being hill plants, some of them being delta plants. So we've got this nice combination. And the overstory is once again that same unique combo of delta and hill trees. So we've got dogwoods being mixed with ash trees, and that's just sort of a unique swamp environment, which makes this an extra unique swamp. It is so extremely unique to have such a nice natural area near downtown Grenada, because anyone, whether they're just tourists kind of off the beaten path looking at downtown, realize it's here, they, with no trouble at all, can find a unique wetland system that is so unique to the United States. The southeastern United States used to be largely bottomland habitat of this sort. Agriculture, development, just modern life in general has really decreased our bottomland habitat extremely, and generally the only places to see these are in wildlife management areas and national wildlife refuges, which we have lots of those too in our area. But here in town, anyone with any kind of car, for the most part, can drive down to this location and really see cypress trees, tupelo trees, herons. We have a heron rookery, in fact, out here in the spring. You can see them on the nest. You can see, I guess, what you think of as the deep south forest. Here it is, right here in town.